Welcome to Jimmy Bowen and Friends. Each week's episode features Jimmy Bowen and a special guest like Terry McBride, John Berry, and more. Today's guest is Jess Kellie Adams.
I got money in my pocket and my guitar in my hand. These lonely nights without you, honey, are more than I can stand. I work like a puppet, but it's time to cut the strings. I'll hit the ground and running, and I won't be looking back. I'll be like a locomotive headed down a one-way track. It won't take too long, just you wait and see. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch blacktop will do. North, south, east, and west, been everywhere it seems. Hotel rooms and honky-tonks don't feel like home to me. I'll be snapping out the rhythm while I'm singing a new song. Knowing where I'm going keeps me moving on. I'll turn my collar into the wind and put my hum up in the air. Flag a diesel down and catch a bus from anywhere. Colorado, California, even Kalamazoo. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do. I'll hit the ground and running, and I won't be looking back. I'll be like a locomotive headed down a one-way track. It won't take too long, just you wait and see. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do. North, south, east, west, and everywhere it seems. Hotel rooms and honky-tonks don't feel like home to me. I'll be snapping out the rhythm while I'm singing a new song. Knowing where I'm going keeps me moving on. I'll turn my collar into the wind and put my hum up in the air. Flag a diesel down and catch a bus from anywhere. Colorado, California, even Kalamazoo. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do. Yeah, any old stretch will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do.
Well, thank you. Welcome to the show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. You guys are from North Carolina, I bet. Yeah. Well, I'm a North Carolina boy myself, and thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We got a lot of great music tonight. We got our very special guest coming up here, singer-songwriter and buddy. She's going to knock your socks off. And but we were going to introduce her here shortly. We'll be back right after these messages.
There's more Jimmy Bowen and Friends coming up right after this.
Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com. Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, thank you, folks. Welcome back to the show. We have a very special guest tonight. You're going to love her. She is a fabulous singer, songwriter, performer. Please make welcome Miss Jess Kellie Adams. This is going to be a lot of fun. I heard you during rehearsal and you blew us all away.
Well, I appreciate that.
This is going to be good. So, tell everybody a little bit about your music. Now, we've all kind of heard that it's kind of mixed between grit and grace, right? So
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, so I feel when I stand on this stage, it's my purpose to, every song I sing, it either has a message of being tenacious and resilient and always making sure you follow it with kindness and compassion. And every song I write, every cover I decide to sing during my show, that's the message I'm always trying to put out into the audience, and hopefully the audience takes home and takes it with them.
Well, yeah. Well, that's cool. Tell them, everybody always finds this intriguing. Where do you find your inspiration for your music? Where does Jess sit down and get all this idea?
Well, it depends who made me mad that day. No, but, after shows, I talk with the crowd, and, I get to hear their life stories. I was just talking to somebody from Michigan over here, and she was telling me about, what's going on right now in their life, and that's where I pull my inspiration, and my own relationships, I'm always pulling ideas from those, and honestly, too, God just brings it to me sometimes, and that's what I got to write about, or that's what's got to happen next.
Great. Yeah. Well, now this song that you're going to do, this first song you're going to do for us tonight, now you co-wrote it, right?
I did.
Okay, so where did the concept, the idea come from?
Well, first of all, I co-wrote it with Lauren Mascitti. That was our very first write together, and she is an incredible songwriter, artist herself, and to say I was intimidated in that write is an understatement. She's fantastic, but for this song, I just knew I needed to write about the struggles that we go through, whether it's in our childhood or whatever we're going through right now. It's making sure that we see the beauty in those struggles. And through what I've gone through, I am proud of my last name no matter what has happened. I'm proud of my hometown, and I'm homemade, and that's the song, Homemade.
That's the song, Homemade.
Yeah.
Intrigue us with it right now. Would you do that?
I'd love to.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome again Miss Jess Kellie Adams.
Growing up, it wasn't easy. I was broken, defeated, but I was strong and held on through the bruising and the bleeding. With Daddy gone, we were alone. Some might say I was cheated, but they were wrong all along. I had everything I needed. I was raised in a house where love was found, and your word always stood for something. Mama worked twice as hard to go half as far, but I never had a want for nothing. God was my salvation, He gave me strength when the haters were hating. So that stone, my whole foundation was laid. I was homemade. I left home, I moved on, grateful for the lessons, but I learned a little hurt can turn into a blessing. With deep roots and dirty boots, I climbed up through the ashes. I'm here today with stronger faith. If anybody's asking, I was raised in a house where love was found, and your word always stood for something. Mama worked twice as hard to go out this far, but I never had a want for nothing. God was my salvation, He gave you strength when the haters were hating. Stone by stone, my whole foundation was laid. Ooh, I was homemade, oh, the handprints on my heart. I was homemade, and that's a real good place to start. I was raised in a house where love was found, and your word always stood for something. Mama worked twice as hard to go have this fun, but I never had a want for nothing. God was my salvation, He gave me strength when the haters were hating. Stone by stone, my whole foundation was laid. I was homemade. I was homemade. Thank you so much.
Don't go away. Jimmy Bowen and Friends will be right back.
Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com. Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Yes. That was awesome.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Killer.
Thank you.
That's a great
was
song,
fun.
and you just deliver it.
Well,
It's
thank
amazing.
you. Thanks.
Amazing. Didn't y'all like that? Yeah. That was awesome. Now, you have worked with a lot of artists and a lot of established artists. What's some of the things you've learned by working with established artists and veteran artists?
Yeah, well, I'm working with Dean Sams of Lonestar now in the studio. A lot of my work has been a support act, an opening act for big names. And on the road, what I love is kind of getting to be a fly on the wall and watching how those pros really know how to work backstage and how they work the stage. And it's always about making sure that you put on the best performance for the audience. The audience is what why we do this, and so there's so many people that have a hand in putting on a show, and it's important to make sure that you make everybody's life that's a part of that show easy that day, because we all have a lot of pressure on our shoulders, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from doing those shows.
So it's not all the fine food you eat or the biscuits
Well, there's
and
some
gravy.
good food, and then you show up and you're like, where's the funnel cakes?
Yeah.
And then I get powdered sugar all down the front of me, and we just brush that off.
Well, now, I think everybody here, and some of the listening audience also, remember the great group Lonestar. Now, everybody remembers Lonestar. Fabulous group. Now, you got to work with Dean Sams with Lonestar. So this next song that you did, I'm assuming he produced it for you, and he kind of went number 1 with the Taste of Country's Top 10 countdown.
Number 2, yeah.
Number 2.
We're so proud of that,
hey,
yeah.
There you go. Tell us a little bit about the song.
The song is called I Was, and I Was, it's just about, it's just a great reminder of all the places, peoples, the values and memories that have shaped me. And when I released this song with Campaign, he's the duet partner on that one. He's my duet partner on that one. My goal was to hopefully, the listeners will feel at home listening to this too. It's just being proud of being an American, keeping true to your faith, remembering your roots, and finding the beauty in simplicity.
Yeah. And you're going to do that right now.
We'll do it for you.
We'll do it right now.
Yeah.
You guys make welcome again, Miss Jess Kellie Adams.
Grandpa taught me the golden rule, and you gotta love the red, white, and blue. Sunshine and good red wine, and dance like nobody's watching. Fireworks on the 4th of July, away to all the cars that go by. Good friends that fill you up, I thank the Lord above. I was raised on it. I was raised on it. Southern drawl, yes ma'am and thank you. I've read the good book a time or two. Blue jeans and front porch swings, and church every Sunday morning. Bonfires and Friday night lights, big trucks and beer on ice. Tailgate down, the radio up, counting the stars above. I was raised on it. I was raised on it. And love is love wherever you go. Hate is hate, that's the devil's goal. I tell everybody I know, a poor man gets the riches. A little less talking, a lot more listening. Little less taking, a lot more giving. Small town way in life I'm living, to be grateful every day. I was raised on it. I was raised on it. Fireworks on the 4th of July, singing the blues and Amazing Grace, chasing fireplace on a moonlit night. Who would have lied? I was raised on it. I was, yeah, I was raised on it. And love is love wherever you go. Hate is hate, that's the devil's goal. I tell everybody I know, the poor man gets the richest. A little less talking, a lot more listening. Little less taking, a lot more giving. Small town way in life I'm living, to be grateful every day. I was raised on it. I was raised on it. I was. We pleasure the flag every day. Before we lay down each night, we pray. I was raised on it. I was raised on it. I was on the flag, on the Bible, on my family, in my life, yeah. I was raised on it. I was. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Jimmy Bowen and Friends in just a moment.
Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com. Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, welcome back, folks. What did y'all think about Jess Kellie Adams? What y'all think? Woo! Is she not awesome? And what a songwriter, and she has a great career ahead of her. And it was so nice of her to take some time out of her busy schedule and come visit with us tonight and do a couple of songs for you guys. And maybe we can have her back sometime. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes, you know. We're gonna end this portion of the show with a kind of a little slower song, and it was recorded years ago as a kind of a quick song, but we kind of turned it into a little love ballad. We're going to say goodnight to you guys, and thank you so much for being here, and hope that you've enjoyed it. We'll see y'all later.
We've got all night, let's take our time. Tell me your secrets and I'll tell you mine. If it makes you feel better, let's call it love. You say you won't, I say you will. You make me crazy, but I want you still. If it makes you feel better, let's call it love. Do you want the truth? Do you want a rock? Is it feeling good? Is that what makes you cry? Do you say those words? Look me in the eye. Tell me why I call it love. I feel you tremble when I hold you tight. We burn like fire in the heat of the night. If it's what you want, let's call it love. If I didn't have money, would you want me still? Would you look real close? Do we fit the bill? Call it what you want, but only time will tell. Let's take our time. Tell me your secrets and I'll tell you mine. If it makes you feel better, let's call it love.